straight into the commencement speeches. I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna do this, because it was some talked about commencement speeches. I'm gonna rank them how I feel. You feel me? I'm gonna rank them how I feel. We gonna start off with the worst commencement speech. I don't want to say it's the worst, and I'm gonna tell you why. Then we gonna go into the best commencement speech to me, and then we gonna go into the most controversial commencement speech, which you may know what that is if you've been paying attention. I'm gonna show the picture when I start on this. We going into the worst commencement speech. Yes, President Biden at Morehouse. As y'all know, some of the students did even want him there. So, as protest, they turned their back during his commencement speech. Of course it wasn't all the students, but some students, they turned their back to do the commencement speech. This is what I will say. In general, if you had a president come to do your commencement speech, it is a cool thing. It is an exciting thing. I would be happy for the president to come and do my commencement speech. The only thing is, this commencement speech was exactly what I said it was going to be. It was political. It was a political commencement speech. I feel like as a graduate, something that you want is some advice in life. You feel me? Like some advice. I want it to be more catered towards me, in a sense, because this is, my day. I don't want you to go up there and do a presidential campaign bit for yourself up there. And that's what I felt like this commencement speech was. A presidential bit for himself as to why we should put him as president again. It wasn't aimed to the students for real, to me, at all. I'm telling y'all, we gonna start it at a certain mark because we got other commencement speeches to go through. But in the beginning, he just talked about, what was going on in his life at certain points and things that you got to deal with at certain points. But then we got to this point where he started giving off this is what I've done for the black Americans, basically, or Americans in general. This is what I've done. And as young people, y'all should vote for me. This is the point where it's at. He started it off with a get to know me portion. Get to know me, congratulate everybody, and then he got into the why you should vote for me. So let's go ahead and check out a little portion of it.
Well, that's my commitment to you, to show you democracy is still the way. If black men are being killed in the street, we bear witness. For me, that means to call out the poison of white supremacy, to root out systemic racism. I stood up for George Floyd's family to help create a country. We don't need to have that talk with your son or grandson as they get pulled over. Instead of a trail of broken promises,
at least he's telling some truth.
We're investing more money than ever in black families and black communities. We're reconnecting black neighborhoods cut off by old highways and decades of disinvestment when no one cared about the community.
Thank you, President Biden.
We delivered checks and pockets to reduce black child poverty, the lowest rate in history. Removing every lead pipe in America so every child can drink clean water without fear of brain damage and they can't afford to remove the lead pipes themselves.
Thank you, President Biden.
We're delivering affordable high-speed internet so no child has to sit in a parent's car or do their homework in a parking lot outside of McDonald's. Instead of forcing you to prove you're 10 times better, we're breaking down doors so you have 100 times more opportunities. Good paying jobs you can raise a family on in your neighborhood. Capital to start small business and loans to buy homes. Health insurance, prescription drugs, housing that's more affordable and accessible. I've walked the picket line and defended the rights of workers. I'm relieving the burden of student debt. Many of you have already had the benefit of it, so I can chase your dreams and grow the economy.
You ain't do that for me.
When the Supreme Court told me I couldn't, I found 2 other ways to do it.
They did tell you couldn't
do it, though.
I ain't gonna blame you
because
for
it
that.
grows the economy.
But it ain't helped me.
And I, in addition to the original $7 billion investment in HBCUs, I'm investing $16 billion more more in our history. Because you're vital to our nation. Most HBCUs don't have the endowments. The jobs of the future require sophisticated laboratories, sophisticated opportunities on campus. We're opening doors so you can walk into a life of generational wealth, to be providers and leaders to your families and communities. Today, record numbers of black Americans have jobs, health insurance, and more than ever.
Yeah.
Democracy is also about hearing and heeding your generation's call to a community free of gun violence and a planet free of climate crisis, and showing your power to change the world. But also know, some of you ask, what is democracy? We can't stop wars that break out and break our hearts. In a democracy, we debate and dissent about America's role in the world. I want to say this very clearly. I support peaceful, nonviolent protest. Your voices should be heard, and I promise you I hear them. I determined to make my administration look like America. I have more African Americans in high places, including on the court, than any president in American history.
Thank you, President Biden.
Because I need the input. What's happening in Gaza and Israel is heartbreaking. Hamas's vicious attack on Israel, killing innocent lives and holding people hostage. I was there 9 days after. Sent pictures of tying a mother and a daughter in a rope, pouring kerosene on them, burning them, and watching as they died. Innocent Palestinians caught in the middle of all this. Men, women, and children killed or displaced in desperate need of water, food, and medicine. It's a humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
All right. Yeah, they in the comments saying that's a pick-me speech. It was a pick-me speech now. I'm telling y'all, I'm tired of it. It was a pick-me speech. It was why you should vote for me the whole way through, you feel me? That's what I'm saying. And I'll tell y'all, the ending, he told them, be leaders and vote for me. That's what I got from it. That's what I got from it, y'all. That's what I got from it. You can't be upset. That's what I got from this speech. Be a leader and vote for me. You feel me? It was definitely a pick me speech. You pick me. He went there to try to get them to vote for him, y'all. And that was the biggest thing to me. Not just to get them, because he knows that people are going to watch this. It's going to be on the news. So he went down the list of things he's done did. You seen him. I did this. Thank you, President Biden. I did that. Thank you, President Biden. You know, I do appreciate you for doing what you're doing. But at the same time, like I said, it ain't really. It probably helped some people out. It probably did help somebody out. I ain't get no help though. As a solidly middle class person, I ain't get really no help. And like y'all see, he started talking about the war. Who these people in the building? That's why they turned their back on him, because they not rocking with the war. You feel me? They not rocking with it. So he had to explain himself on that, and that's when we went ahead and got up out of there, y'all. We went ahead and got up out of there because it just continues the I. Be a leader and vote for me. And yeah, there you go. So we pretty much got that down. And that's why I put it as the worst commencement speech for this year. The worst one for this year. I feel like it just didn't add a lot of value to the students in their next position in life. And I feel like that is what it should have been about. It's something to help people out in the election. And that's what the next two commencement speeches are all about. You know, even the most controversial. It was aimed to help. It was aimed to help. But let's go ahead and get into the best commencement speech, I feel, of 2024. May. Jerry Seinfeld at Duke. The best one. Giving people advice to not lose humor. Not lose humor. I'm going to let him go, and then I'm going to go after him, because I did enjoy this commencement speech. And I feel like it's something that we all could get something out of. Let's go, Jerry.
And this is probably the biggest point I would like to make to you here today regarding humor. I'm going to try and reach across a couple generations here to tell you the most important thing I am confident that I know about life. I'm 70. I'm done. You are just starting. I only want to help you. The slightly uncomfortable feeling of awkward humor is okay. It's not something you need to fix. I totally admire the ambitions of your generation to create a more just and inclusive society. I think it is also wonderful that you care so much about not hurting other people's feelings. In the 1,000,001 ways, we all do that every second of every day. It's lovely to want to fix those things, but, all caps, but, what I need to tell you as a comedian, do not lose your sense of humor. You can have no idea at this point in your life how much you are going to need it to get through. Not enough of life makes sense for you to be able to survive it without humor. And I know all of you here are going to use all of your brains and muscle and soul to improve the world, and I know you're going to do a bang-up job. And when you're done, as I am now, I bet the world, because of you, will be a much better place. But it will still not make a whole hell of a lot of sense. It'll be a better, different, but still pretty insane mess. And it is worth the sacrifice of an occasional discomfort to have some laughs. Don't lose that. Even if it's at the cost of occasional hard feelings, it's okay, you gotta laugh. That is the one thing at the end of your life you will not wish you did less of. Humor is the most powerful, most survival, essential quality you will ever have or need to navigate through the human experience. The other thing I see going on that throws a lot of people, thank you. I was hoping you'd like that part.
Keep humor in the life.
The other thing I see going on that throws a lot of people off these days is thinking, I've got to make as much money as I can. I personally believe the real game is I want to have the coolest job. When I started out as a comedian, I did not think I was funny. I thought I'm a little funny. Maybe I wouldn't have to be that funny. I just have to be funny enough to feed one person. And I could do that with a loaf of Wonder Bread and a jar of peanut butter. A loaf of bread and some peanut butter. That was my actual plan. That's how you think when you do not have a Duke education. I just wanted to have this super cool job. And cool is a word not easily defined. It's really just whatever you think is cool. So just go for what you think is the coolest. Money will be made eventually, somehow. Try not to think about it so much. I see this messing people up a lot. Put it to the side a little. Don't think about having, think about becoming. Having is fine, but focus on becoming. That is where it's at. And I know you're not really even listening to this speech, and that's okay. I wouldn't either. You're graduating, you're thinking about yourself or timing your mobile order from the Yalla truck. That's all cool. But the one thing I really do care about communicating to you is don't lose your humor. Forget the rest, forget your education, your degree, your privilege. All of you here would do fantastically well without any of it. All of you here, without question, are the best of the best. Just don't lose your humor. It's not an accessory. It's your Stanley Cup water bottle on the brutal long hike of life. And humor is not just for the stress relief or even just the simple fun of laughing, but for the true perspective of the silliness of all humans and all existence. That's why you don't want to lose it. Try to enjoy some of the dumbness of it all. That's the best life advice I can give you. I wish you luck. I wish you love. Thanks for the phony degree and the ridiculous outfit. Go get him, Duke class of 24. Throw the hat up. Let's get out of here. Congratulations.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Full of smiles, you know, giving some information to the young folks, to the people who are actually graduating, something they can take and carry with themselves. Have humor. I don't know if y'all notice, I joke around a little too much sometimes with almost every topic. I like to troll it. You feel me? Yes, it's serious. Yes, things are serious. But come on, y'all. When everything's too serious, nothing's ever, worth it at the end of the day. Like, everything's too serious, nothing is worth it. I'm always joking a little bit. You feel me? I was an original troller for Trump, a troller for Trump. Back when he was first running, not first running, but his second, when Biden won, I was a troller. I used to tell one of my boys, I'm going to vote for Trump, then what? He used to call me a coon. He used to call me a coon. And I just started laughing. Why? Because I'm not taking it serious. It's serious, but I'm going to still, enjoy it while it lasts. Because I feel like life is better with jokes. One thing y'all know about me, I was definitely a class clown. So I always got some jokes to tell. I always live in humor. And then he gave you another piece. Enjoy what you're doing. I know he said have a cool job, but mainly enjoy what you're doing in life is what I got from that. I feel like I got one of the coolest jobs, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Like I said, I'm about to be Worldwide Steve next week, so I'm happy about that. And they take care of me pretty good, so I can't complain. I can't complain about it. I do enjoy my job, and I think it's one of the coolest jobs. I done been in California. I done lived in California for a year. I done been to Europe 1, 2, 3, going on 4, 5, 6, times. So I enjoy my job, and if it allows me to see the world, I will continue to see the world in bigger and better places. But that's why I said this was the best commencement speech of the weekend, is because it didn't take itself too serious. And we still got a lot out of it. And they usually say if you have a comedian come and do your commencement speech, it's going to be bad. But I feel like that was a commencement speech that added a lot of value to people. Like I said, people at Duke, they probably take themselves a little too serious a lot of times. So they needed that little, debriefer while they're enjoying their lives, having a real good time. Now, y'all, we're going to get into the most controversial commencement speech. The most controversial. By Harrison Butker, the Chiefs kicker. What y'all think? Y'all think I should let him say it first and then go over how I feel about it? Because, boy, if you've seen this, then you know. It's controversial. But I cannot be surprised. He seems like he's somebody who's really into his religious views, and that's what he believes is right. So I can't be mad at him at the end of the day. It's controversial. Was it right? He probably had some truth to it. It applied to somebody. The things he said applied to somebody. So let him go ahead. Let me stop dancing around it and just go ahead and let him say what he said, because I know y'all want to know.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
That was it right there, y'all. That was the most controversial thing. And y'all know why it was controversial, because it was aimed at women. Break it down. He told them, stop believing the lies. your career, all the achievements you have will mean nothing in comparison to you becoming a wife and having kids and being bestowed homemaker. This is not the first time we're hearing this, folks. Let's be real. This is not the first time we're hearing this. I've heard it all the time from women. You know, my proudest moments was my kids. We've heard it all the time. I started living when I had kids, living for my kids. So I don't know why it's so, controversial. If it has to deal with women, though, it usually always goes up in the fire flames. Always goes up in the fire flames. So I know that and he's more of a traditional, type man. He's able to be a traditional type man. He's able to be a traditional type man. So how can we be upset that he believes that, what he said? He believed in what he said, y'all. He believed in what he said. And it was aimed towards his wife. I'm telling y'all, his wife was saying, yes, babe, yes. She's definitely happy being a homemaker, a stay-at-home mom. She ain't working. Y'all think she working? Even though being a stay-at-home mom, that's a job. You working, all right. You doing something. You really not kicking it. But you just not working for somebody else. You working for the home. You make your home a better place. You taking care of the kids. You a homemaker. A woman make a house a home every day of the week. So like I said, I don't think this is the worst thing that has ever been said for it to be up in fire flames like this, for folks to, wanting to cancel him and all that stuff. Because he told, I've heard it before, y'all. I've heard this before. I haven't been able to live to see it all the way through fruition. But when we get older and we gonna do some weighing, we gonna say, all right, she said forget the family and all that, and she decided to go with her career. She did the regular feminist movement. And let's see if she's happy with her career. Let's see, if she's happy with the path she took. And then we gonna have the women, they went the other route. They got married, had kids. And I'm sure they're gonna, from what other people are saying, that was a great choice for them. So do what you want to do. I don't think it's as controversial as people are making it. They're just mad that he said be a homemaker instead of being a career woman. A crazy thing about it is, though, what he's saying a lot of men couldn't do anyway. Like, a lot of men couldn't provide for the home or the lifestyle that woman would work. So, kind of got to work anyway. It just is what it is. And I can hear it now, it's 18th century thinking, but he's a traditionalist. So, I don't think we should beat him up. I don't have anything bad to say about how he feels. I mean, that's how he feels. Is that the situation I'm currently in? No. I can't afford to take care of my woman in the lifestyle that she wants at this time. I can give her basic needs. I can give you your basic needs, but your wants and all that, you might not be able to get that like he can provide. Y'all feel me? He is in NFL. He's getting the check, so he can provide that lifestyle for his woman. But he said some other things, y'all. Some things to males. He hit the females first, and he had to say some things to males as well. So I do want to review that. Let's see. This is what he had to say to the males.
The road ahead is bright. Things are changing, society is shifting, and people, young and old, are embracing tradition. Not only has it been my vocation that has helped me and those closest to me, but not surprising to many of you, should be my outspoken embrace of the traditional Latin Mass. I've been very vocal in my love and devotion to the TLM.
It's the wrong part, y'all.
To the gentleman here today, part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture, And when that is absent, disorder, dysfunction, and chaos set in. This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation. Other countries do not have nearly the same absentee father rates as we find here in the US, and a correlation could be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy. You might have a talent that you don't necessarily enjoy, but if it glorifies God, maybe you should lean into that over something that you might think suits you better. I speak from experience as an introvert who now finds myself as an amateur public speaker and an entrepreneur, something I never thought I'd be when I received my industrial engineering degree. The road ahead is bright. Things are changing, society is shifting, and people, young and old, are embracing tradition. Not only has...
Like I said, he's embracing tradition, all right. But he did say something right there that I definitely rock with. You feel me? Fathers are being attacked in the home. Thank God, my dad was in my life, but my mom did get it, they separated. Thank God for my stepfather coming into my life. He did something I couldn't do. So I definitely thank him for that. And providing some structure to the household. Thank you for that. You feel me? Because that is definitely something. Fathers are definitely being attacked in this home, in this world, in the U.S. In the U.S. at least. Fathers are definitely being attacked in the homes. And having a father definitely provides that structure. And I feel like it's needed. He also said, do some hard things. Do some hard things. It builds character. So like I said, to the men's side, he kind of, he told them, stop being some wussies and grow some. Grow a pair. Get through it. Because we are being attacked and demasculated every chance you get. You feel me? Every chance you get, they gonna tell you your thought process is wrong. Now to the females, he said something totally different. I don't agree. I don't disagree. I live a totally different, lifestyle than what he's preaching. But it wasn't. Somebody's living that lifestyle. So he didn't say something too far out the way. Is basically what I'm saying. He said nothing too far out the way right there. A lot of people live that lifestyle. A lot of people are happy to live that lifestyle. Just because you don't want to live that way don't mean go bash everybody. Like I said, I do want to end this on the male part. Men are being attacked at home. Grow a pair. Do some hard things. And you never know where you see yourself at. You'll never know where you see yourself at. You'll find it might be better on the other side. It might be better on the other side. So how y'all rating them commencement speeches, man? How y'all rating them commencement speeches? Like I said, I put the Biden commencement speech at the bottom simply because I feel like it didn't add no value to the graduates. Make sure y'all go vote Biden, because that's what he was reaching for in that commencement speech. I put the best one at Jerry Seinfeld. Have a little humor in your life. Find a cool job. Don't be too serious about everything all the time. Especially these days, y'all know we woke as all get out. Everybody needs to be happy. We get that participation award. So don't take it all too serious sometimes. Let's give a lighter side every now and then. Take things serious, but it ain't always that serious. And then we're going to get the most controversial to Harrison Butker, because he just went off. He went off on folks. So that just is what it is. If you with me, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We're going to go over some of these comments real quick. Big Win is in there holding it down. Biden, he gave a 2 out of 10. Seinfeld, an 8 out of 10. And Harrison was wilding. Exactly. Yep, that's exactly how it went. I think that was a good breakdown of it. That's definitely a good breakdown of it. That's what he said. Buckner, not Buckner. Buckner. Man, I can't say that. I can't say that word. Butker. Okay, Butker, not Buckner. Butker, Not Buckner. Hey, I've been calling him wrong the whole time. That's I don't watch football. Yo. I don't watch it. I'm not the biggest fan. I watch the Super Bowl. That is definitely funny. That's definitely funny, yo.